Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Bridgeforth Field, Winchester, Virginia, home of the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League all summer long. Tonight, the Royals play host to the first place Purcellville Cannons. The Cannons come in with a 10-5 record, fresh off their 9-game winning streak. That's the good news for the Cannons. Bad news is, since their 9-game winning streak, they have lost 3 in a row. They sit in first place in the Northern Division by a game and a half over the Newmarket Rebels. The Royals come in at 7-8. They are 4 games behind Purcellville on the season. Taking a look at scores from last night real quick in case you might have missed them. The Royals snapped the 4-game losing streak with a 10-8 victory over Woodstock, a season-long 4-game losing streak. This Purcellville team, they lost in Strasburg 5-3. Other games last night was Covington over Culpeper 8-4. Waynesboro and Harrisonburg played a wild one. Waynesboro won that one 19-10. Charlottesville beat Newmarket in 8 innings 14-4. Stanton edged the Front Royal Cardinals 8-7. And again, both these teams last night, the Express beat Purcellville 5-3. The Royals 10-8 winners over Woodstock. Standings in the Valley League look like this as we head into the Father's Day weekend of the 2026 season. The Purcellville Cannons lead the Northern Division. They're 10-5. They're a game and a half. They're a game and a half ahead of Newmarket. Newmarket 9-6. Strasburg 7-7. They are in third place. The Royals 7-8. Again, snapped their 4-game losing streak last night. Front Royal 5-9 and Woodstock 5-10. Down south, Waynesboro owns the best record in the league. They're 11-3, but right on their tail, Stanton at 11-4. Culpeper 7-6. Harrisonburg 6-8. Charlottesville and Covington bring up the rear. Charlottesville 5-9. Covington 3-11. Games on tap for this evening. They're going to play a form of a doubleheader over in Front Royal. They got a suspended game from earlier in the season that Front Royal and Strasburg are tied 10-10, heading to the 10th inning. Once that one's over, they'll play the regularly scheduled game. Strasburg at Front Royal. Harrisonburg's at Culpeper. Waynesboro's at Covington. Charlottesville's at Stanton. Woodstock's at Newmarket. And again, Purcellville right here taking on the Winchester Royals. The Royals on the season, they're 1-2 against the Southern Division. When you look at the Northern Division, the good news is the Royals are 6-1 against Front Royal, Newmarket, and Woodstock. Bad news is Purcellville and Strasburg, they're 0-5, have yet to beat those two teams. They are 0-2 against Purcellville. They lost 12-9 the opener here and have lost 8-4 in Purcellville. So trying to snap that streak of no wins against Purcellville. Royals are being introduced to the home crowd as we speak, and I don't think we're going to have enough time to give you the starting lineups yet. So we'll wait until the national anthem is over. We can tell you this much. On the mound for the Purcellville Cannons, Merrick Beamish, right-hander from North Central Texas. He's a good one. Comes into the 1-0 record and a .66 earned run average. On the mound for the Royals, Aiden Jovia, right-hander from Iona University. He comes in 0-1 with a 3.65 earned run average. We'll take the rest of the starting lineups, give you the rest of Aiden Jovia's stats after we step aside for the playing of the national anthem on this 250th anniversary of this great nation. And again, don't forget, up in a couple of weeks, we'll have fireworks night as the 4th of July weekend will be amongst us. Purcellville and Winchester from Bridgeforth Field. We'll have it for you following the national anthem. The Winchester Royals in the first place. Purcellville Cannons tonight from Bridgeforth Field. The third time in a week that the Royals take on a first place team. The Royals lost last Friday night 8-4 at Purcellville, and of course lost right here on Sunday to the Waynesboro Generals by the final score of 6-2. Quickly taking a look at the starting lineups first for the visiting Purcellville Cannons. Again, 10-5, first place in the North. Leading off, the shortstop from Kansas State University, Shintaro Inu. Thomas Marcello will be the third baseman, batting second from Northwestern State. Josh Ebe, the first baseman from Stephen F. Austin, bats third. Cleanup hitter, the designated hitter from Frederick Community College, Vincenzo Cuset. Jadniel McLeod bats fifth. He plays left from Amarillo Community College. Logan Newcomb will be the second baseman, batting sixth from Coastal Carolina. Michael Turner plays right field, bats seventh from Long Beach State University. Ryan Gargett, the catcher from Lubbock Christian University, will bat eighth. Ethan Acevedo will bat ninth. He's in center field from VCU. And again on the mound for the Cannons, Merrick Beamish, the right-hander from North Central Texas. For the Winchester Royals, leading off, Brody Connors, the second baseman from Old Dominion. Zach Fortman bats second, plays shortstop from the University of the South. Cam Tellefson will play first. He bats third from Old Dominion. Cleanup hitters, the center fielder Troy Davis from East Stroudsburg University. He'll be followed by Brady Benavides, third baseman from Berry University. Cooper Harris bats sixth. He's the designated hitter from Alcorn State University. James Pitts will be doing the catching, batting seventh from State College of Florida. Christian Dillard, the left fielder from Middle Georgia State, will bat eighth. Ian Kaiser bats ninth. He's the right fielder from Binghamton University. On the mound, Aiden Jovia, right-handed pitcher from Iona University. Again, 0-1, his fifth appearance, second start. 3.65 earned run average. Jovia again, just his second start, fifth appearance. A 3.65 earned run average. Has worked 12 and a third innings, allowed 6 hits, 5 runs. They're all earned 8 walks, 7 strikeouts on the season. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. He is facing the league leader in stolen bases, Shintaro Inu, left-handed hitting shortstop from Kansas State. The 0-1 misses out, catches the outside corner, 0-2. Inu has 18 stolen bases on the season. That'll be better if I looked at the hitting stats instead of the pitching stats to tell you what Inu's done. The 0-2 off the plate for ball 1-2. Inu 18 for 18 in stolen bases. 15 start, 15th appearance, 364 hitter, 16 hits, 44 at-bats, 1 home run, 7 RBIs. Fouled into the screen, 1-2. The count remains, and a good guy to keep off the bases here because he gets on. He's not staying at first very long. Jovia has his sign. The line, the 1-2. That'll miss high, 2-2. Told you about the Royals being 6-1 against the rest of the Northern Division. They only lost 2 nights ago in Newmarket, a game they led 4-1 in the 8th inning and couldn't close it out. The 2-2, that'll miss upstairs, 3-2, as Inu was first to let us know that it was upstairs, and the umpire agreed with him. Count runs full. The payoff pitch from Jovia. She started calling it a strike and then decided not to. Inu will draw the walk, and he'll be a leadoff base runner here in the first, and exactly what you didn't want if you're a Royals fan is Inu again, 18-18 from stolen bases, leads the league. That brings up Thomas Marcello, third baseman from Northwestern State. Both these guys for the Cannons returners from last year. Marcello, a 308 hitter, his 8th start, 10th appearance, 8 for 26. No home runs, 9 RBIs. Left-handed hitting third baseman stands in. First pitch off the plate. Inu takes off. The throw to second is going to be not in time. Pitts double clutched it. I don't know if he didn't get a good handle on it, but if he throws it right away, he's got a shot. But Inu slides in safely for his 19th stolen base of the season. And don't go to sleep on him. He'll take third, too. So the Cannons, just like that, have a runner in scoring position here in the first. Leadoff walk, stolen base, and Marcelo a chance to pick up his 10th RBI of the season. The 1-0 misses way outside, 2-0. Cannons 10-5, leading the North. The only player they have in the top 5 of any of the statistical categories is Inu with the stolen bases. The 2-0 lifted toward center field should be easy for Davis. He'll make the catch. Inu tags. The throw will be cut off. He will slide in safely at third, and the Cannons will have a runner at third now with 1 out. For Josh Ebay. Ebay, the first baseman from Stephen F. Austin. He's very capable of hitting it out of here, although the wind blowing in rather briskly from left field. Ebay, a .350 hitter, 6 starts, 7th appearance. 7 for 20. No home runs, 1 RBI, and he'll ground this one right up the middle into center field for a base hit, and Ebay picks up his 6th RBI of the season, and just like that, leadoff walks on the board. The Cannons lead at 1-0. I bring up Vincenzo Cusat, designated hitter from Frederick Community College. Cusat, a .394 hitter, his 10th start, 11th appearance, 13 for 33, 1 home run, 8 RBIs. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. The Cannons come in 58 for 73 as a team in stolen bases. Marcella is 3 for 3. Popped up in the infield. Should be easy for Connors. He will range over and make the catch behind Tellefson for the 2nd out of the inning. That'll bring up Jetnell McLeod, the left fielder from Amarillo Community College. McLeod, a .250 hitter. Just his 2nd start, 3rd appearance, 1 for 4. No home runs, no RBIs. First pitch, swung on and missed. Good breaking ball from Jovia. So that leadoff walk, stole 2nd, moved around on the fly ball to center field, and scores on the base hit. Has the Cannons up 1-0 here in the first as Jovia trying to limit the damage. The 0-1 grounded toward third. Up with it is Benavides. He will throw on to first. Throws wide of first. It'll get past Tellefson. Benavides didn't set his feet before he threw, and the throw was wide of first to the right field side. And everybody's going to move up a base, so Ebay will be at third. It'll be a 2-base error on the throw by Benavides. And what should have been the 3rd out of the inning has got the Cannons with a chance to jump on top by 3 with a base hit here by Logan Newcomb. Newcomb, the 2nd baseman from Coastal Carolina. A .182 hitter, his 4th start, 6th appearance. 2 hits, 11 at-bats. 1 home run, 1 RBI. And he hits with a chance to give the Cannons a multiple run lead. This is upstairs 1-0. Jovia trying to work around a 2-out error here in the first. The 1-0 to Newcomb. Popped it up, but that's going to be out of play. Pitts gave it a look, but it was well behind and out of play. Count evens up 1-1. Big at-bat here for Aiden Jovia as he tries to pick up his defense and work around a big 2-out error. Base hit will be the difference between 3-0 and 1-0. Check of the runners, the 1-1. That hit him, came inside on him and got him in the elbow. And the Cannons will have him loaded now with 2 outs. Michael Turner to be the hitter. Turner, the right fielder from Long Beach State, was not on their original roster, but here he is down at the bottom of their stats, starting his third game, his fourth appearance. A 143 hitter, 1 for 7, no home runs, no RBIs. Right-handed hitter will try to pick up his first RBIs as a Cannon. Not sure why he's not on the roster sheet if he's played in 4 games, but I don't see him on the printed roster. He's on the roster on the website. First pitch to Turner as Jovia tries to work out of a bases loaded situation with 2 outs. First pitch fouled into the screen, 0-1. Cannons already lead at 1-0, trying to add to that here in the top of the first. Jovia shakes off a couple pitches. Now he has one he likes. He'll come set, takes a look at the runners. The 0-1. This is high and in. Count evens 1-1. Jovia again peers in. He has his sign. The 1-1. That'll miss down and away, 2-1. And I think Jovia thought he caught the corner, but it was down and out. Tried to get him to go fishing on a 1-1 slider. Turner laid off of it. Jovia sets. The 2-1. That one's downstairs, 3-1, and now he's a pitch away from walking in a run. All this with 2 outs after the air. Jovia sets the 3-1. Grounded toward third. Benavidez up with it. This time sets his feet, makes a nice strong throw to first. In time to retire Turner and the Cannons here in the first. For Purcellville, they get a run on 1 hit. There was 1 Winchester error. The Cannons will leave them loaded. Your score after a half an inning. Purcellville 1, Winchester coming to bat. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Well, if you look at the stats, Merrick Beamish might have as many runs as he needs already. Beamish, the right-hander from North Central Texas, gets to start here for the Cannons. He is making his 4th start, 4th appearance. He's 1-0 with a .66 earned run average. He's worked 13 2/3 innings, allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He's walked 10, struck out 23. Let me say that again. He has struck out 23 in just under 14 innings of work. So the Royals have their work cut out for him against the right-hander Merrick Beamish as he looks for his 2nd win of the season for the Cannons. Royals with a little bit different lineup tonight. Leading off, Brody Connors. Connors had 4 hits last night at Woodstock. The Royals banged out 15 against the River Bandits. Connors, the second baseman from Old Dominion. Connors, a .303 hitter, his 10th start, 11th appearance. He's 10 for 33, no home runs, 6 RBIs. The Royals, in comparison to stolen bases with the Cannons, 43 for 48, so they're about 15 stolen bases behind the Cannons. But certainly not a bad number for 15 games. First pitch, smoked off the glove of the third baseman. Thomas Marcella rather. That ball was smoked. We'll see how they score it. Marcelo will be the first one to tell you he should have fielded it. It was hit a ton, but certainly had a chance, and it'll go as an error. So Zach Fortman will be the hitter. Fortman, the shortstop from the University of the South. Fortman's been hot of late. Hit a home run a couple of nights ago, a couple of hits last night. Fortman, a 242 hitter, his ninth start, 11th appearance, 8 for 33, 1 home run, 6 RBIs. And first pitch, he's hit by a pitch. So 2 pitches into the game, and Beamish has a couple of base runners. Cam Tellefson will be the hitter. Cam hit 2 home runs a couple of nights ago in Newmarket. Tellefson, the first baseman from Old Dominion. He leads the Royals with a 357 average. 12th start, 12th appearance, 15 for 42, 5 home runs, which leads the team, 9 RBIs. He's one behind Troy Davis in the RBI lead. He's tied for the league lead in home runs with 5 with a couple of other guys. They're going to say he checked swing, but he did go. So 0-1 the count on Tellefson as he got a breaking ball. Couldn't hold up on it. 0-1. Royals with a chance to get that run right back. The 0-1. That's upstairs for a ball. 1-1. Beamish has allowed just 1 earned run all season. A chance for the Royals to tie that mark right here. Possibly even take the lead if they can get the offense kicked in again. The 1-1 slider in there for a strike. 1-2. Again, Tellefson, a couple of home runs the other night at Newmarket. Right now, the Royals would like to see him run one up the alley. The 1-2 fouled into the screen. We'll do it again. 1-2. Had a good hack at a fastball. Fouled it straight back. Ball and 2 strikes, nobody out, bottom of the first. Royals trail it by 1, but have a couple of runners on already. That'll miss high, 2-2. Again, Tellefson, 9 RBIs on the season, 1 behind Troy Davis for the team lead. Speaking of Troy Davis, he waits on deck. So he'd like to see Cam time here and come up and retake the lead. The 2-2. That'll miss upstairs. Count runs full, 3-2. Let's see what the Royals do here. First and second, nobody out. Full count on the number 3 hitter in the lineup. The 3-2. Popped it up. He hit it a ton, but hit it straight up in the air. Coming in hard is Turner from right. He'll call everybody off and make the catch. And shallow right field. So Cam got a fastball and he couldn't do anything with it. He just flies to right field. He hit it a ton, but he hit it straight up. That'll bring up Troy Davis, center fielder from East Stroudsburg University. Davis, a 267 hitter, his 13th game, 13th start, 12 for 45, no home runs, 10 RBIs. Again, his 10 RBIs lead the Royals. He's looking to add to that number here as he'll take a pitch inside for a ball. 1-0. A 1-0 to Davis. That's in there for a strike. Evens up 1-1. The first thing you notice about Beamish is he will pitch you backwards. And now Gargette's going to go out and talk to him, thinking maybe Connors is picking up some signs out at second base. A lot of guys looking for a 1-0 fastball, and Beamish comes in with the 1-0 slider to even the count up. First and second, 1 out. Royals down a run. Got the first 2 guys on here in the inning. There's 1 out now with Royals cleanup hitter Troy Davis at the plate. Royals still looking for their first hit of the game, but a base hit here would tie the game up. A 1-1, that's going to miss way outside, 2-1. It's the third hitter that Beamish has hit this year. Swung on and missed. They had the second baseman out of place. Connor's jockeying around at second. Got the second baseman Newcomb to come in behind him, but with Newcomb at the base, Beamish went ahead and pitched, and he got Davis to swing at a slider 2-1. Now it's 2-2. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. A couple of good hard sliders, and Davis is out, and that'll be up to Brady Benavidez. Royals had first and second with nobody out. Now they're there with 2 outs. Chance for Beamish to get out of it. Benavidez, a .278 hitter, 6th start, 7th game. 5 for 18, no home runs, 4 RBIs, and he's quickly ahead in the count, 0-1. Royals certainly don't want to let Beamish off the hook here with no runs. He'll just get stronger as the game goes on. The 0-1. That misses inside. Count evens up 1-1. Connors at second. He reached on an error. Fortman was hit by a pitch with nobody out, but now Beamish just one pitch away from getting out of the inning with no runs coming across. The 1-1. Tapped foul at the plate all the way to the backstop. The count 1-2. Beamish sets. He'll look at Connors at second. The 1-2. That'll miss way outside. 2-2. Again, Connors at second. Fortman at first. They were there with nobody out. They're there now with 2. Beamish sets. The 2-2. That'll miss high inside. The count runs full, and that'll give the runners a head start. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. If Benavidez can run one up the alley, Fortman's got a chance to score here. All the way from first. Beamish sets the 3-2. Foul tipped at the plate. I got a good piece of Gargett. I'm not sure where it got him, but he felt that when the umpire's going to go out and have a chat with Beamish, see how his summer's going, and give Gargett a chance to collect his thoughts and see if he can remember what day of the week it is. He seems to be okay. So Gargett says he's all right. Let's go to work, and probably already looking forward to the bus ride home where he can get an ice bag and put it wherever that got him. The payoff pitch once again outside, ball 4. So Benavidez works a walk. Once again, and stop me if you heard this before, the Royals have loaded the bases without a base hit. I wish I had a number on how many times the Royals have loaded the bases this year without getting a hit. Cooper Harris, the designated hitter now from Alcorn State, will try to give the Royals the lead. First pitch to Harris. Way outside, 1-0 Harris on the season. A 143 hitter, his 7th start, 9th appearance, 3 for 21, no home runs, 4 RBIs. The Royals as a team have 8 home runs, and Tellefson has 5 of those. The 1-0 to Harris. That'll catch the corner, 1-1. Slider on the outside, and I tell you what, the Royals need to start thinking if you get behind in the count, he's coming with a slider because he's done it to every hitter so far. The 1-1. Swung on and missed to a fastball by him. Count 1-2 now. So once again, Beamish a pitch away from getting out of it with no damage. Beamish has his sign. He'll come set. You want to bet it's going to be a slider down and away? Foul ball, or fastball rather, lifted toward right. Should be easy for Turner. He'll settle underneath it and make the catch. So the Royals get the bases loaded but can't do anything with them. The Royals get no runs on no hits. There was 1 error, and the Royals, just like the Cannons, leave them loaded However, unlike the Cannons, the Royals can't push across the run. Your score after one, Purcellville 1, Winchester nothing. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the second. Royals down a run. 8-9-1 to hit for the Canyons here in the second. Gargett, Acevedo, and then back to the top of the order. Defensively for the Royals behind Aiden Jovia. Out in the outfield left to right, Christian Dillard, Troy Davis, Ian Kaiser. Around the infield, third to first, Brady Benavidez, Zach Fortman, Brody Connors, Cam Tellefson, James Pitts behind the plate. And again, Aiden Jovia on for his second inning of work. Gave up a leadoff walk. He came around to score after a base hit and a one-out RBI single by Josh Ebay for the only run of the ball game so far. Ryan Gargett, the catcher, another returner for the Cannons. Gargett from Lubbock Christian University. Gargett, a .250 hitter, his 6 starts, 7th appearance, 4 for 16, no home runs, 5 RBIs. The Cannons have 6 home runs by 6 different players on the season. Swung on and missed. Good breaking ball by Jovia. Gets ahead in the count. 0-1. Jovia winds the 0-1. Lifted it towards center field. Davis will have to play the wind. It's blowing all the way over to right field, where Kaiser will make the catch in right center field. That ball was headed to Troy Davis and blew all the way to right field. That's how hard the wind is blowing in from left. Flags standing at attention down in the Purcellville bullpen. Ethan Acevedo, center fielder from VCU, left-handed hitting center fielder, steps in. Acevedo, a .250 hitter, his 4th start, 7th appearance. 3 for 12, no home runs, 3 RBIs. He's ahead in the count, 1-0. The 1-0, and that's going to miss way outside, 2-0. Acevedo then back to the top of the order for the Cannons here in the second inning. They lead it 1-0. Crowd still filing in here on a beautiful night at Bridgeforth. If you take the wind out of it, fastball in there for a strike, 2-1. And the wind, we were talking about it before the game, usually blowing really hard the first few games, but by the time the middle of July, or middle of June rather, rolls in, the wind is dead and it's hot as a snot. Fouled into the screen, 2-2, but the wind, a rather stiff breeze blowing in from left field here tonight, which makes it a big headache up in the press box because it's blowing all the papers everywhere. The wind, the 2-2. That ball's driven into center field for a base hit. Got a 2-2 letter high fastball, and Acevedo smoked it into center field. Second hit of the night for the Cannons. And that'll bring up Inu, who walked, stole second, and scored in the first inning. For Inu, his 19th run of the season, which leads the Cannons by a long margin. Acevedo down at first. Acevedo 1 for 2 in stolen bases. He is one of the few guys that have been thrown out stealing bases for the Cannons. See what Inu does with 1 out and runner at first. First pitch in there. Well, umpire says it was low. Looked pretty good from here. Acevedo bluffed going and Pitts came out of the crouch, maybe came out and blocked the umpire's view. Count 1-0 now. Jovia sets the 1-0 in there for a strike, 1-1. Good speed on the bases and at the plate for the Cannons, so if the Royals hope to get a double play, they're going to have to be sharp with it and quick about it. Left-handed hitter already getting the head start down the line. He's got good speed to boot. The 1-1 throw to first back in time is Acevedo. Again, the Cannons come in 58 stolen bases on the year as a team. I got to believe that leads the league. I can't imagine anybody's got more than 58 in 15 games. Royals right behind him with 43. The 1-1 lifted foul toward the Royals bullpen, 1-2. And who plays his college baseball in a spot I'm very familiar with, Manhattan, Kansas. He's a Wildcat. Wears the purple during the spring for the Cats. The 1-2. Runner goes. Throw to second is going to be in time, and they got him. So for the second time this season, Acevedo was thrown out stealing. A nice throw by James Pitts. Scored 2-6. As Fortman had plenty of time to catch it, get to the bag, and then put the tag down. Great throw by Pitts, and now 2-2 the count on Inu is Jovia the chance to get out of the inning. He misses high, 3-2, and we've already seen once tonight that you don't want to walk Inu. Keep him off the bases at all cost. Jovia winds the 3-2. Check swing. Did he go too far? The Royals were going to ask for help. They're not going to get it. They said he did not go. Everybody in the Royals infield thought he went around. Third base umpire disagrees, and for the second time tonight, Inu walks, and he'll be at first with 2 outs for Marcelo. He flew to center his first time up, and you want to bet that Inu takes off in the first 2 pitches. He's got 19 on the season. He's already got 1 tonight. Marcelo, left-handed hitting third baseman. First pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. Marcelo thought it was low, or at least asked the umpire where it caught the strike zone. 0-1. Marcelo, if I'm not mistaken, won the home run derby last year at the All-Star game. Off the plate for a ball, 1-1. All-Star game held down in Harrisburg at James Madison University. A 1-1 from Jovia. That'll miss outside, 2-1, and Inu at first has made no effort to try to take off for second. You know the Cannons would like to have him in scoring position where a base hit makes it 2-0. Jovia takes a look at first. Sets now the 2-1 to Marcella. Delayed steal, and that hits the umpire. The throw hit the umpire. It was going to be behind Fortman, and a good possibility that it was going into center field, but the umpire got in the way of the throw and maybe saved the Royals an error. And the Royals are asking for an appeal, and I don't know that the umpire had a good chance to look at it because he was too busy getting hit by the throw, but he said it did not go. So instead of 2-2, it's 3-1. It certainly looked like he went too far, and the Royals all thought he went too far. But the umpire who got hit by the throw said no, he did not. Another stolen base by Inu. And that'll be ball 4 as that pitch misses downstairs. So the Royals, a couple of 2-out walks here, though. They feel like they We're on the short end of a couple of calls there. And now eBay rather, already 1-for-1 with an RBI, the chance to make it 2-0, if not more. 2 2-out walks. And Jovia in a pickle here, trying to get out of it with no further damage. First pitch to eBay. Swung on and missed. Off-speed breaking ball. eBay out in front and over the top. 0-1. Inu, delayed steal. Royals are trying to get the call on the check swing. The throw to second hit the umpire, which probably saved the Royals an error. The 0-1 to eBay. Swung on and missed. Good hard slider. 0-2. And I'm telling you right now, if Jovia throws anything but that same pitch down and away, he's a fool. eBay waved at that one. But you got to make sure you get it in a good location. Don't miss and hang it, because he'll put a charge into it. Jovia sets the 0-2. Fastball misses down and away, and he gets all the way to the backstop. Pitts couldn't handle it. It'll be a wild pitch, and now a base hit makes it 3-0. Still 1-2 on the hitter, though. Well, he went to the location I thought he was going to go to, but he didn't go with the slider again, and the fastball got away from Pitts. The 1-2. Lifted towards center field, going back onto this Davis. He hit it hard, but the wind's going to hold it up, and Troy's going to make the catch. Just shy of the warning track in dead center field. eBay put a charge into it, but the wind helped the Royals there, and the Cannons are going to leave 2 more on base. For the Cannons in the inning, no runs on 1 hit. There were no Royals errors. 2 left on base. Your score after an inning and a half: Purcellville 1, Winchester 0. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Welcome back to Bridgeforth Field. The Royals and the first place Purcellville Cannons doing battle here tonight. We go to the bottom of the second. Royals down a run. For the Cannons, Merrick Beamish back to the mound. Loaded the bases in the first, was able to work around it, allowing no runs for the Royals. He's yet to give up a hit. He hit one, he walked one, and another one reached on an error, but Beamish able to keep the Royals off the board. Defensively for Purcellville, out in the outfield, left to right, Neil McLeod, Ethan Acevedo, Michael Turner. Around the infield, third to first, Thomas Marcello, Shintaro Inu, Logan Newcomb, Josh eBay, Ryan Gargett behind the plate. And again, Merrick Beamish looking for his second win of the summer on the mound. He'll face 7, 8, 9 for the Royals. Pitts, Dillard, and Kaiser. James Pitts, catcher from State College of Florida, rather. A 158 hitter, his 6th game, 7 starts, 3 for 19. No home runs, 3 RBIs. Right-handed hitting catcher for the Royals. Trying to get the Royals going here in the second against one of the league's best. Popped it up. That could be easy. Let's see if Gargett's got a play, and it will not. It'll blow out a play. Hitting the bleachers. Over on the Purcellville side for somebody in a freezy pop. 0-1 the count on the Royals catcher, James Pitts. The Royals looking for their first hit of the game. The 0-1. That's in there for a strike, 0-2. B-Mitch is 0-2. Just off the end of the bat, flared toward right field. Turner came in a couple of steps and playing the wind moves toward the line a couple of steps, and it'll be an easy catch for Turner out in right field. 4 out, number 1. Left fielder Christian Dillard from Middle Georgia State will be the hitter. Dillard, a .265 hitter, his 10th start. 13th game, 9 for 34, no home runs, 5 RBIs. First pitch to Dillard off the plate for a ball, 1-0. The right-handed hitting outfielder plays right field a lot for the Royals and left field tonight. The 1-0, grounded toward the middle, should be easy for Inu. He will play the short hop, throw on to first to retire Dillard. Nice play by Inu as he had to get the in-between hop, but was able to glove it and throw on to first. I'll bring up Ian Kaiser, the right fielder from Binghamton University, batting 9th for the Royals. Kaiser, a two-way player for the Royals, a 200 hitter so far. His second start, 7th appearance. 1 hit, 5 at-bats, 1 for 5, no home runs, no RBIs. Left-handed hitting outfielder, 0-1 the count. Was on the mound last night for a couple of hitters down in Woodstock. The 0-1. Chopped up the middle. Going to be backhanded by Newcomb. Newcomb on to first is not going to be able to get him. The throw gets past. Kaiser on to second is going to be out at second base. The third base umpire is getting no love for the Royals as again a close play goes against the Royals. The Royals are going to question something. I don't know what the question's going to be. I think the Royals are trying to say the ball was out of play and he should get second base. And I'm going to tell you right now, they're not going to win this discussion. The throw was retrieved by the catcher and thrown on to retire Kaiser. It was bang, bang at second, but the third base umpire that the Royals didn't get any calls from in the top of the inning calls Kaiser out at second. And the umpires are getting together. We'll see what the discussion is. I think that's what they want, is the Royals are saying the ball was out of play and he should get second base. And again, they're not going to win that discussion. So it'll go probably as an infield hit and thrown out trying to go to second. So give Kaiser an infield hit, and he's thrown out 2-6 on the overthrow. So the Royals, in effect, go in order in the second. No runs, a hit, no errors, nobody left. Your score after 2 completes remains Purcellville 1, Winchester 0. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. So the Royals get a base hit, but he's thrown out trying to advance on the overthrow. We'll go to the top of the third, 1-0 Purcellville. Aiden Jovia back to the mound for the Royals, looking to turn in his first 1-2-3 inning of the evening. And he'll face the middle of the order to do it. 4, 5, 6, Cousette, McLeod, and Newcomb as he finishes up his warm-up tosses. Vincent Cousset will lead it off. He's 0 for 1, popped to second. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. And for those that are scoring at home, there is a little bit of a scoring change. Instead of the catcher Gargett throwing at Kaiser, it was the first baseman that retrieved the overthrow and threw him out at second base. eBay gets credited with the assist and not Gargett. 1-1 the count now on Cousset. That ball's smoked toward right field, and that's going to get over the outstretched glove of Brody Connors for another base hit. First hit of the game for Cousset, third hit of the game for the Cannons. And Purcellville has a leadoff hitter on base here for the second time in 3 innings, and it'll bring up McLeod, who reached on an error his first time. 2-out error that extended the inning, but no damage done as the Royals were able to work around it. First pitch to McLeod. And I tell you what, Jovi has learned first in there for a strike. 0-1 in the first couple of innings that the Cannons are going to be going, and he is changing up his looks, making sure that they don't get a good jump. Cousset on the season is 0 for 1 in stolen base attempts. So doesn't steal as much as some of the other guys on the Cannons, but certainly still capable of getting it done. Royals would like to see McLeod hit a ground ball sharply to Fortman at shortstop and see if they can't roll one up. The 0-1 to Cousset. Popped it up toward right field, going back. Coming in hard now is Kaiser. Kaiser will make the running catch toward the line. It looked like, again, it was going to be a ball that Connors could get to in shallow left, but it just kept blowing away, and Kaiser had to come in and toward the line and made a nice running catch to retire McLeod for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Logan Newcomb. Newcomb hit by a pitch his first time up to load the bases in the first inning, but he was stranded. Now the Royals would like to see that ground ball right at somebody. There's a ground ball, but it's not going to be a double play ball. Fortman will backhand it and make an off-balance throw toward first, but it's not going to be in time as Newcomb's going to beat it out. Fortman did all he could. He fielded it and threw all in one motion, but couldn't get much on the throw. And it'll go as an infield hit. It'll be the fourth hit of the game for the Cannons. Second of the inning, and the Cannons have another runner in scoring position for Turner, who grounded to third his first time. He's 0 for 1. First pitch to Turner. Misses down and in, 1-0. 4 hits for the Cannons to just 1 for the Royals. So far, Purcellville only able to push across the 1 run. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Good hard slider there. Turner took a hack at it, came up empty, 1-1. And don't go to sleep on the base runners. Purcellville will steal third. They've got no problem taking advantage of every opportunity. The 1-1 fouled out of play. Now 1-2 the count on Michael Turner, the Cannons right fielder. Royals right back here tomorrow night to take on the Front Royal Cardinals. Purcellville, they return home to Fireman's Field. They will host the Newmarket Rebels in a big game between the top 2 teams in the Northern Division. The 1-2, that'll miss outside. Count evens up 2-2. The Cannons trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. The Royals, after winning 6 of 7, had lost 4 in a row, but snapped that streak last night, looking to pick up win number 2 in a row and start climbing up standings a little bit. The 2-2. That ball's lined toward right center field. Nobody's going to catch up to that one. It's going to one-hop the fence. 1 run's going to score. Right behind him's another run. Heading to third is Turner. The throw to third is going to be not in time as the ball gets past Benavidez. The throw beat him, but Benavidez couldn't field it and it got away from him, but Turner was content with the triple, and it's going to be a 2-run triple. He smoked that right up the right field alley. Nobody was able to get to it. And it's now 3-0 Cannons as Turner picks up his first 2 RBIs of the season for the Cannons. And he'll be at third now with 1 out for Ryan Gargett, who flew to right his first time. And he'll lift this one towards center field. A nice diving catch by Kaiser in right field, rather. That was headed toward the same gap that Turner just plugged. It'll go as a sacrifice fly. Royals going to appeal third and ask to see if he tagged up, and they're not going to get that call either. So Gargett, his second fly out to right, but this one will go for an RBI. And it's now 4-0, just like that. Couple of infield base hits, a 1-out triple, and a sacrifice fly. And Acevedo will hit. He is 1 for 1. He singled and was thrown out stealing. 5 hits now for the Cannons. Turner with the only extra base hit. And it scored a couple of runs. A 1-0. He squares the bunt, drops down a perfect bunt down the third base side. Nobody's going to throw him out. Benavidez will come on to field it, but no chance to get Acevedo at first. 6th hit of the game, second for Acevedo. 4th hit this inning. That'll bring up Shintaro Inu. He is 0 for 0. 2 walks, a run scored, and 2 stolen bases already. His 19th and 20th of the season. He'll pop this one up towards center field. Coming on hard is Troy Davis, and he will get under it and dropped it. He dropped it in center field. Davis came a long way to get there. He got there and then dropped it. And I'm pretty sure that's going to go as an error. And this inning continues for the Cannons. Looked like the Royals were out of it. Acevedo will go all the way around to third, and guess what? Inu's at first, now the chance for his 3rd stolen base of the game, and he'll hit with Thomas Marcella, the hitter. Marcella 0 for 1. He walked his last time up. Throw to first, and back in time is Inu. Jovia trying to get out of this with no more damage. First pitch to Marcella. Tap foul at the plate, 0-1. So Jovia made the pitch to get out of the inning, but Davis dropped the ball in center field. And now with already 3 runs across in the inning, Jovia's got to go to work to keep it at a 4-run game before the Cannons blow this one wide open. The 0-1 to Marcella. Swung on and missed. He chased a fastball high and away. 0-2 the count. And what a big strikeout this would be for Jovia. Although at this point any out would be acceptable as long as the runner from third doesn't score beforehand. The 0-2. Runner takes off from first, lifted down the left field side. Dillard's going to give it a look, but it's going to hit on the warning track and bounce into the Royals bullpen. It'll be a foul ball as Inu was on the move on that pitch. And by the time the ball landed in foul territory, he was already at third. So he's got every intention on scoring on anything in the alleys or down the lines. 6 hits in the game for the Cannons, 4 this inning. The 0-2 to Marcella. Runner takes off for second, and Inu will steal his third base of the game. And ball was downstairs, and Pitts did everything he could just to keep it from going to the backstop and didn't even address the runner stealing. The 1-2 to Marcella. Strike three called, and Jovia works around it. So a big strikeout there for Aiden Jovia and the Royals, but a big inning for the Cannons. 3 runs on 4 hits. There was 1 error, and the Cannons will leave 2 more on base. Purcellville has left 7 on in 3 innings, but they've pushed across 4 runs and lead it now 4-0 after 2.5 innings. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the third. Royals find themselves down 4. Top of the order coming up for Winchester to face off against Merrick Beamish. 1, 2, 3, Connors, Fortman, and Tellefson. Connors reached on an error his first time. First pitch swinging, and he'll line this to center field, and it'll be caught by Acevedo in center. So Connors has seen 2 pitches. He's hit them both hard, but he's 0 for 1. Fortman's only seen 1 pitch, too. He was hit by it. He's looking for his first at-bat. Foul tipped toward the backstop, 0-1. Royals down 4. The Cannons 4 runs, 6 hits, an error. The Royals no runs, 1 hit, 2 errors. Neither one of the errors have hurt the Royals yet, but a couple of walks and free passes have. The 0-1 tried to hold up. He could not. No, the home plate umpire called it on his own, said he went too far. We do have a change. The 0-2 misses off the plate for a ball 1-2, and they were at the plate discussing something with the home plate umpire, and I thought there'd be a change, but we couldn't find one. But there is a new second baseman for the Cannons. We'll tell you about him in a second. The 1-2 misses downstairs. Now playing second for the Cannons, Andrew Bell from Duke University. Hey, he's from Denver, Colorado. He's got to be good. The 2-2 swung on and missed, and Fortman down on strikes. So Andrew Bell will be the new second baseman for the Cannons from my stomping grounds. I'll have to sit down and have some discussions about some Colorado sports. So Logan Newcomb is done. He finishes the game 1 for 1 with a run scored. I don't know if he's leaving because of an injury or just to give Newcomb or to give Bell some playing time, but Bell now playing second. That pitch fouled out of play. Tellefson 0 for 1. He flew to right his first time. Count evens up 1-1. Fouled into the backstop. Count 1-2 now on big Cam Tellefson as he tries to get the Royals going with 2 outs here in the third inning. The 1-2 lifted down the left field line. It's hooking foul. It'll probably land somewhere near or in the Royals bullpen. Count remains 1-2. So Beamish has been as advertised. He gave up some base runners in the first inning, but it worked around it. It's kept the Royals off the scoreboard. The 1-2. Everybody wearing the Purcellville pinstripes was headed toward the dugout. The home plate umpire said, no, where are you guys going? It's off the plate, 2-2. The entire infield took about 4 steps to the dugout. The 2-2. That misses down and away. Count runs full, 3-2. So Tellefson has worked it full. 3-2 pitch. Tap foul at the plate. We'll do it again, 3-2. On that 1-2 pitch, slider down and away, and everybody wearing the maroon and white pinstripes headed toward the dugout. The 3-2. That's called strike 3. Same exact location. This time they call it a strike, and Tellefson's down on strikes. A 1-2 inning for Beamish and the Cannons. His third strikeout of the game, second this inning. No runs and nothing doing for the Royals in the third. We go to the fourth. It's Purcellville 4, Winchester nothing. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the fourth. The Royals will make a pitching change. Now on for the Royals, left-hander from St. John's River State in Glen State, Mary, Florida, Mason Smith takes over for Aiden Jovia. And as soon as I can wake my computer back up, I'll tell you what Mason Smith has done this year. Well, my computer's not cooperating. Smith will face the middle of the order. 3-4-5, eBay, Cousette, and McLeod. That ball drilled toward left field, but Christian Dillard will come on. Makes a leaping catch after he took a couple of steps in and saw it drifting over his head. eBay hit that right on the screws. But he's out number one. Numbering up Cousette. Cousette is 1 for 2. He's popped the second, singled and scored in the third inning. Mason Smith on the season, making his fourth appearance all in relief. He's got an earned run average of 15, no record. He's worked 3 innings. He's allowed 1 hit, 6 runs, 5 are earned, 7 walks, 5 strikeouts. And Cousette will hit it hard, but right to the first baseman, who will run over and tag the bag. Tellefson unassisted for out number 2. So Smith's been hit hard a couple of times, but quickly 2 outs here in the fourth. That'll bring up Neil McLeod, who is 0 for 2. He's reached on an error and flown to right. Purcellville leads it 4-0. They've out hit the Royals 6-1 as they hit with 2 outs here in the fourth inning now. McLeod, you would think, would take a couple pitches since there's been quickly 2 outs and give his pitcher Beamish a little bit of time to catch his breath in the dugout. We'll see if he does, or if he goes to hacking and tries to get the Cannons going with 2 outs here in the inning. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. No balls, a strike, 2 outs. Top of the fourth. Cannons lead it 4-0. That misses downstairs, 1-1. The new second baseman, Andrew Bell, waits on deck. But there are 2 outs in the inning, and up to McLeod to extend the inning before Bell can hit, and that's going to miss and go all the way to the backstop, 2-1. It'll hit the padding and roll right back to Pitts, who gives it to the umpire to make sure it's still okay for play. 2 balls and a strike on McLeod as he tries to get going. That ball's grounded toward third. Up with his Benavides, sets his feet, fires on to first. In time, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Mason Smith and the Royals. Nothing doing for Purcellville in the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It remains Purcellville 4, Winchester nothing. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Royals down 4. 4-5-6 to hit for Winchester here in the inning. Davis, Benavides, and Harris. First pitch swinging, popped it up toward right. Should be easy for Turner. Again, blowing it very hard away from him, but he's able to track it down for out number 1 here in the fourth. Brady Benavides walked his only time up so far. Slider in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. Deep center field is going to be tracked down by center fielder Ethan Acevedo. Got to hit hard, but Benavidez out number 1 here in the inning. I'm sorry, out number 2 in the inning. And that'll bring up Cooper Harris. Harris 0 for 1. Flew to right his first time up. And now after the infield hit by Kaiser, and then he was thrown out trying to advance, Beamish has retired 5 in a row, and if you count that as being retired, he's retired 4, 7, 9 in a row. First 2 pitches off the plate, 2-0 to count now on Cooper Harris. Royals just 1 hit in the game, and it was the infield single by Kaiser. The 2-0, that misses upstairs, 3-0. Beamish in the first inning hit a batter and walked a batter, very uncharacteristic for him, but as his forte, downstairs for a ball 4. He walked him on 4 pitches after retiring the first 2 hitters. He worked out of the bases loaded jam with no damage. That'll bring up Pitts, the catcher. He's 0 for 1. He flew to right his only time up. The wind's still blowing in rather briskly from left field, so anything to left field is not going to get much distance, but something to right field is going to be toyed with. That misses way upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Beamish sets the 1-0. It's downstairs for a ball, 2-0. So after retiring the first 2 hitters, he's missed with 6 straight pitches. As you would expect, nothing going on in the Purcellville bullpen right now. He's throwing a 1-hit shutout through 3+. The 2-0. That'll catch the corner 2-1 rather. Beamish has his sign. He'll set. Checks the runner at first, to 2-1. That ball's lined toward right center field, but Turner's going to track it down. It just about got over his head. He came in a couple of steps and had to make the leaping catch and was able to flag it down. If that gets over his head, the Royals are going to score, and Pitts is going to be in scoring position, but Turner able to reach above him and make the catch to win the inning for the Royals. No runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1 on. Your score after 4. Purcellville 4, Winchester nothing. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. Andrew Bell will be the hitter to lead off the Cannons' fifth. Bell, as you recall, came in as a defensive replacement. Not sure if something happened to Newcomb where he was hurt. Maybe hurt himself running the bases on the true run triple by Turner, but certainly we don't know that, so I don't want to speculate. Bell, a 205 hitter, his 13th appearance, 8 for 39, no home runs, 4 RBIs. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 in there for a strike. Count evens up 1-1. They have finished the first game between Front Royal and Strasburg. The Express win that one 12-11. The 1-1 that misses inside 2-1. And that was in 10 innings, so they just played the one extra inning. In Front Royal in game 2, they are 3-3 in the top of the 5th between the Cardinals and the Express. The 2-1 tapped down the third base side, but it'll be foul. Cool. The 2-2 has fisted toward right center field. Kaiser's coming on. He's not going to be able to get there, and it takes a funny hop, but Kaiser able to stick with it. It was a fist job for Bell, and he's going to be 1 for 1. 7th hit of the game for the Cannons. And that'll bring up Turner. His 2-run triple made it 3-0, and he came in to score on a sacrifice fly to make it 4-0. And once again, the Cannons, for the 3rd time in 5 innings, have the leadoff hitter on base. First pitch from Smith. That ball lined toward left field, and Turner stays hot as he smokes another one. His second hit in as many at-bats. He's now 2 for 3 with a couple RBIs, and the Cannons looking to add to a 4-0 lead here. Ryan Gargett is 0 for 1. He has flown to right field both times, but the second one went as an RBI sacrifice fly to make it 4-0. And Royals really need a ground ball here. Try to get 2 outs at once and avoid another big inning. Smith has his sign. He'll set, takes a look at the runners. The first pitch. That ball's rifled down the third base line. Smoked into the corner. Throw to third is going to be not in time. It's going to be a RBI double as Gargett hit that right on the screws, and it, by the time Benavides had a chance to even look for it, it was past him and in the corner. 3 hits this inning, and they've all been smoked. And the Cannons now lead it 5-0 as Bell scores easily. I correct on that. Bell didn't smoke his. He got fisted and dropped into right field. But Turner and Gargett hit theirs a ton, and now the Cannons looking to blow this thing wide open. Off the plate for ball 1-0. Acevedo, he's already 2 for 2. Base hit here, and the Cannons lead it by a touchdown. Smith, a 1-2-3 4th inning, but running into trouble here in the 5th. A 1-0. That'll miss outside 2-0. Continuing with the out-of-town scores, Covington leads Waynesboro 2-0. They're in the bottom of the 7th. That game cruising right along. The 2-0 to Acevedo. In there for a strike, 2-1. Stanton leads Charlottesville 1-0. They're in the bottom of the 3rd. And of course, right here, it's Purcellville 5, Winchester 0. The Cannons have out hit the Royals 9-1. The 2-1 check swing. They're going to see strike on the outside corner. So 2-2 the count now to Acevedo. Smith comes set, his 2-2. Fouled off his foot. Count remains 2-2. He seems to be okay. He's got that shin guard, so maybe he got it off the inner front foot where the shin guard is, and it didn't really hurt him all that much. Smith sets the 2-2. Check swing, he went too far and he's down on strikes. Good breaking ball there by Smith to get the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Eno, who is 0 for 1. He walked, reached on an error. He's stolen 3 bases. He's stolen a base each time he's gotten on first for his league-leading 21st stolen base of the season. Now a chance to drive in a couple runs for the Cannons. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 to Eno. Fouled in the screen, 0-2. The Royals deciding not to play up at this juncture of the game, down by 5 and runners on second and third with 1 out. Now it looks like Fortman's coming in a little bit. So Fortman comes in. The right side of the infield stays back. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Eno will be thrown out 2-3 for the second out of the inning. And the runners hold up. So after giving up 3 hits to start the inning, Smith has struck out 2 and a chance to get out of it with limited damage here. But Thomas Marcella stands in. He is 0 for 2. He's walked once. He's flown out and struck out. Lefty on lefty matchup. Smith trying to keep the game at a 5-run game. First pitch. Head ball line toward left. That's going to get down for a base hit. Dillard will get it in quickly. It'll go for an RBI single. Gargett will stop at third, and the Cannons now lead it 6-0. Nothing he could do on that one as he just lined a single to left field. Turner scores easily. Second time Turner has scored tonight. And now Josh Ebay, who's hit the ball very hard his last couple of times up. He is 1 for 3 with a couple of the fly out and a line out. Now he's in that hole with 0-1. Cannons have added 2 runs here in the 5th. They now lead it 6-0. Smith sets the 0-1. That'll miss downstairs. Count evens 1-1. Smith trying to keep the Royals within 6 here. The 1-1 to eBay. That's in there for a strike, 1-2. Smith a chance to get out of it here. Keep the Royals within shouting distance at least. The 1-2. Slider down and in. eBay was able to lay off of it. Count runs even now, 2-2. 6 runs on 10 hits for the Cannons. They've committed an error. No runs on 1 hit for the Royals. They've committed 2 errors. None of the errors have affected the game so far. The 2-2. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove and eBay down on strikes. So Smith got into a little bit of a jam but strikes out 3 in a row. to keep it at 6 for the Cannons. They scored twice on 3 more hits. There were no Royals errors. The Cannons will leave 2 on. Your score after 4.5. We're halfway home. It is now Purcellville 6, Winchester nothing. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Royals need to kick the offense into gear here. They're down 6-0. Dillard, Kaiser, Connors to hit 8-9-1 against Merrick Beamish, who shut the Royals out on 1 hit through 4 innings. And that was an infield hit, and they ended up getting it out on the play anyway. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0, that'll be high and tight. My guess is the Cannons would love to get Beamish through the 5th inning and then give him the rest of the night off and see if their bullpen can't close out the second win of the season for Merrick Beamish and save him for his next start. The 2-0 swung on and missed. He chased a fastball around letter high, and I think he hit the catcher on the backswing because I don't think he made contact with the ball, but Gargett is bouncing around like he got tagged. And of course, Dillard said something to him, so I think Dillard might have got him on the backswing. Gargett appears to be okay. 2-1 the count on Dillard as we go back to work here with nobody on, nobody out in the bottom of the 5th. That'll miss high and in. 3-1. If there's been any blemish on Beamish's night, it's been 3 free passes, a couple of walks, and a hit batter. But they certainly have not hurt him yet. That'll miss inside, and that'll be a leadoff walk. Second time tonight the Royals got the leadoff runner on base. Got the leadoff runner on base in the first, but couldn't do anything with him. That'll bring up Ian Kaiser. Kaiser has the only hit for the Royals tonight. It was a base hit to short that he legged out and then was thrown out trying to extend it to second on the overthrow at first. First pitch to Kaiser. Misses. Oh, that's in there for a strike. 0-1. A little late on the call from the umpire. I thought he was going to call it a ball, but he does come out and throw the right hand up for strike one. Throw to first back in time is Dillard. I can't imagine Dillard's going anywhere. Down 6 with nobody out in the 5th inning. His run really doesn't mean anything right now. The 0-1 to Kaiser. That'll miss outside 2-1 or 1-1 rather. Especially if Beamish is going to start struggling with the strike zone a little bit, which has certainly not been an issue for him all season. Throw to first, Dillard back in time. Quick move from Beamish, but Dillard able to dive in safely. Head first. 1-1 the count, nobody out. Guys are trying to move Dillard around and get at the top of the order with a chance to put some runs on the board. Throw to first from the catcher is going to be short hopped. A nice job by eBay to keep that from going into right field. 2-1 the count now on Kaiser. If you remember back to the first, the Royals loaded the bases without the benefit of a hit. Error, a hit batter, and a walk, but they could not push anybody across. The 2-1. That's in there for a strike, 2-2. Now you got to kind of wait on the umpire. He don't call it right away. He's got to come out of the crouch then to throw the right hand up, and he does the same thing on a ball. So you got to wait for the right hand. If he doesn't throw that up, then it's a ball. The 2-2. That'll miss outside. Count runs full, 3-2. So Kaiser's worked it full. Royals an opportunity here to get the first 2 on. Payoff pitch. That's downstairs, and he's walked the first 2 of the inning. And that might be the end of the line for Beamish, so he might not be able to stick around long enough to get a win as he's walked the first 2 here in the inning. We will see. You know the Cannons, with him throwing a 1-hit shutout here, would love to get him through this inning, but he has walked the first 2 in the inning. His 3rd and 4th walks of the game. He's walked 3 of the last 4 guys he's faced. It looks like they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt and stick with him, although there doesn't look like there's anybody. Now, there is a right-hander up throwing in the Purcellville pen, so a lot of guys sitting there on the bench, and the guy throwing was kind of blending in with the guy sitting on the bench. They are going to leave him. So Beamish will remain in the game. I'm told 74 is the pitcher warming up in the bullpen, and I don't see a 74. All right. Ethan DeJesus. Okay, DeJesus must be wearing a different jersey number than is on the roster because he's listed as 21. That'll bring up Brody Connors. First pitch high and tight, and Brody knocked down. Brody 0 for 2. He's reached on an air and line to center field. He's hit the ball hard, but nothing to show for it. The 1-0 slider misses downstairs, 2-0, and now it becomes a little more nerve-wracking for the Cannons and Beamish, and trying to get through the 5th to pick up the win, but he may not get through the inning. The 2-0. That'll catch the corner, 2-1. Two balls a strike, nobody out. The Royals trying to put together a 5th inning rally here. They're down 6. Connor stands in. He's ahead in the count, 2-1. Again, he's hit it hard twice, but nothing to show. The 2-1, and that misses down and in, 3-1. And I got to believe if Beamish walks Connors here, that'll be the end of the line for him. So it looks like he has just run out of gas. laboring a little bit here now. You certainly understand what the Cannons are trying to do, but the 3-1, that's downstairs, ball 4. He's walked them loaded. And I think Beamish has just run out of gas as he is laboring here, and that will be the end of the line for Merrick Beamish. So the Cannons tried to get him through the 5th, but couldn't do it, and he will give way to the bullpen. Royals trying to rally. They're trailing it by 6, but they have him loaded with nobody out. And the Purcellville Cannons are going to the bullpen. We'll be right back to tell you about the new Purcellville pitcher right after this. The Cannons go to the bullpen. It's number 74 pitching, but I'm being told, according to the starting lineup turned in by the Cannons, that it's Ethan DeJesus, the new pitcher from Florida Gulf Coast University. So that's what we're going to go with until we're told differently. Ethan DeJesus, the new pitcher for the Cannons. There is no 74 on either one of their rosters. But again, the lineup card they brought us lists DeJesus as 74. So DeJesus making his, let's see. Well, that might explain a lot. I don't see DeJesus on the stat sheet either. So DeJesus apparently making his first appearance for the Cannons. And he comes in a tight pickle here with the bases loaded, nobody out. So that's what we'll go with. No numbers for DeJesus to give you. Again, Beamish cannot win it. Beamish goes 4 innings. He's allowed no runs yet. But the guys on base are his responsibility. 1 hit, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 hit batter. And again, not going the 5 innings the starter must go. He cannot win it. Zach Fortman will hit now. Fortman 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and struck out. A chance to get the Royals on the board. First pitch from DeJesus. Downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Looks like a good live fastball from Ethan DeJesus. See if Fortman can break the ice here. The Royals just 1 hit on the game, but a chance to get on the board. The 1-0. That's nowhere near 2-0. The 2-0 swung on and missed. He might have chased ball 3 off the plate, but he got a fastball a little bit up in the zone, and he went after it. 2-1 the count. I think you're ahead 2-0 with the bases loaded. I think I make him throw me a strike and see if I can't get me an RBI the cheap way. The 2-1. And that one's downstairs, ball 3. So Beamish walked him loaded before he left. Now DeJesus behind in the count, 3-1. The 3-1 popped it up. That's going to be out of play. Gargett will give it a look, but it'll be over the press box, and it sounded like it hit right on top of us, and that bounced off the press box and rolled back toward the bleachers. That doesn't happen very often. It usually goes the other direction. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Fortman trying to jumpstart this Royals offense here. They got him loaded. Payoff pitch from Ethan DeJesus. Nowhere near. Ball 4, and the Royals have scored without the benefit of a hit here in the inning. And the bases remain loaded. And now, if Cam Tellefson can run one up the alley, Royals got a chance to get right back in this thing. Tellefson, 9 RBIs on the season, leads the Royals in home runs with 5. The wind blowing in still from left field, not as hard as it was earlier, but still blowing in at a pretty good pace. First pitch upstairs and in, 1-0 the count. There is a right-hander up playing catch in the Purcellville bullpen, but he's not up and on the mound yet. He's just up playing catch, so it's DeJesus or nobody for right now, and he misses upstairs, 2-0. And he's going to ask for a new baseball. And I had a pitching coach once in my life, says if you miss with 2 or 3 pitches in a row, you get yourself a new baseball. I never did that. I never understood the logic behind it, but that's what I was told. 2-0 from Ethan DeJesus. That'll miss way outside, 3-0. And normally I think you turn Cam loose here, but bases loaded, nobody outs. Down 5, I think you make him take a strike and see if you can get another free one. It doesn't matter. That's way inside, ball 4. You don't see it often. I think the Cincinnati Reds did it earlier this year where they walked 7 guys in a row. And the reason that's so painful for some of us is because we're Reds fans. Otherwise, you probably don't know anything about it. Fortman moves. Oh, I got too many runs now. Now Davis has got a little gamesmanship here as McLeod's got to tie his shoe out in left field, so he's buying some time for the bullpen. Now he says I'm ready, and imagine that. As soon as he gets done tying his shoe, the pitcher in the bullpen is loose and ready to go. So go figure that. So DeJesus pitches to 2 hitters, throws 1 strike, and he will be lifted for another new pitcher. And he wasn't up and throwing for very long. So the Royals have tied it, or not tied it, they're a long way from tying it, but have gotten on the board here. DeJesus can't win it, can't lose it. So far, Beamish has given up 2 runs. That's just the second and third runs that Beamish has given up this year. And they came in after he left the game. New pitcher for the Cannons be number 77, Walker Cloud. I think we saw him earlier this year. Sophomore from, or just finished his sophomore year from Messiah University. Walker has pitched here before as he was part of that regional championship here team that came to Winchester and knocked off the Hornets before moving on to the Super Regionals. Walker Clout on the season. Again, I think he pitched the first time these 2 teams met here. Clout making his 7th appearance. They're all in relief. He's got an earned run average of 2.70. No record. He has worked 6 2/3 innings. He does have 1 save on the year. Obviously not a save situation here. If he can go long enough, he'd probably get the win. He's allowed 4 hits, 2 runs. They're both earned, 5 walks, 10 strikeouts. The league hitting the league hitting 167 against Walker Clout. Third pitcher of the inning for the Cannons. Clout, another right-hander. And again, don't know if he pitched while he was here with the Messiah team, but he has been to this ballpark before. DeJesus does not complete an inning, walks both guys he faces. So far, Beamish has given up 2 runs. They're both earned, and of course, the runner at third is his responsibility. The other 2 guys belong to DeJesus. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Troy Davis leads the Royals in RBIs. Chance to add to that number. He took a whole lot off that pitch and just got it in there for a strike. 1-1 the count. If he does that again, good chance Davis is going to take a hack at it and see how far he can hit it. Whether he hits it that far or not, we'll see. The 1-1. Tapped it towards second base. Not going to be hard enough to get a double play, but they will retire Davis at first for the first out of the inning. Davis will get an RBI as Connors will score to make it 4-3 now. So Tellefson briefly tied Davis for the team lead in RBIs, and Davis turned around and retook the lead, and now the Royals down 6-3 as Benavidez has got a chance with a base hit to make it 6-5. First pitch to Brady off the plate for ball, 1-0. Benavidez 0 for 1. He walked in the first and has flown to center. The Royals have scored twice here in the inning without getting a hit. They still only have 1 hit in the game. A 1-0. Downstairs for a ball, 2-0. The 2-0 misses way outside. It's now 3-0. The Royals have already received 5 walks in the inning. On the verge of getting number 6 here. There is another right-hander up and starting to get loose in the Cannons bullpen. That'll catch the corner. Benavidez was getting rid of his bat and taking off his shin guard. He thought he was going to first, but he'll be stopped in that process, and he'll see a 3-1 pitch now. Clout comes set, the 3-1. There's ball 4 down and away. And the Royals, they weren't all in a row, but they've picked up their 6th walk of the inning. And tough break for Beamish, who pitched beautifully. It's not going to look like it, as he's going to go 4 innings and give up 3 runs. They're all earned because he walked 3 to start this inning, but he shut the Royals out on 1 hit through 4+ innings. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1 to Harris. Harris is 0 for 1. He has walked. The Royals have almost batted around in this inning, and they haven't swung the bat yet, other than Davis, who grounded out to second. And I wish there was some way to figure out the number, but the Royals have got to lead the world in having the bases loaded with nobody out and no hits. Or the bases loaded with no hits. Grind it right back to the pitcher. He'll come to the plate. He throws it wide, and I don't know if he got him, but they're going to say he got him at the plate. The Royals are going to argue the call. The throw to first is out off the line, and the Royals are going to argue that the throw to the plate was off the plate, but the home plate umpire said, yeah, he had the ball and tagged the plate. So they called him out at the plate, which, how often do you see both coaches come out to argue the same play? So the Royals are going to let the Cannons argue first, and then they're going to come in and argue. And I think the Canyons, oh wow. The Cannons are arguing that the runner was in the baseline on the throw to first. The Royals don't think that Gargett had his foot on the plate. The throw was wide, and Gargett was able to make the catch and tag the plate, and then his throw to first was in time, but it was missed at first base, and now the umpire is going to get together. And if they call somebody out at first base on this play, somebody wearing gold better lose their mind. The Royals have batted around. The Royals are not going to get the plate called their way, but the plate first does go their way, so it'll go as an error to allow the run to score. That pitch misses downstairs to Pitts. So Harris will reach on the fielder's choice, and the run Tellefson will score on the E, and I don't know really who to give the air to because I thought it was a pretty good throw from the catcher, but it'll probably go on the catcher, E2 or E3. It's one of the two to allow Tellefson to score. Benavidez goes to third, and now Harris is at second. And believe this, if the Royals get a base hit here, they're going to tie this game, and they still only have one hit. So Harris a chance to tie the game. I'm sorry, Pitt's a chance to tie the game up, and it's way downstairs, and it's 3-0. The Royals have batted around and don't have a hit in the inning, and the air will be charged to the catcher. Second air charge to the Cannons. It could have been a double play to end the inning, but the Royals now a chance to tie it. 3-0, nowhere near, ball four. This comes from the archives. If you can't make this up. When was the last time you saw a team bat around in one inning without getting a hit? Dillard started all this. He walked and scored. The Royals have the bases loaded again. Third time tonight they've had the bases loaded. And now a base hit. If the Royals could figure out a way to get a base hit, they're going to tie this game up. Dillard is 0 for 1. He grounded to short. He's also walked and scored a run. And that started this inning. The 1-0 to Dillard. In there for a strike, 1-1, and Dillard might have been taken all the way. He's like, why not? If you're going to keep walking us. So Dillard, a 1-1 count. Walker Clout still on the mound for the Cannons. And that'll miss inside, 2-1. The Royals have been walked 6 times this inning alone. Number 7 makes it a 6-5 game. The 2-1 tried to hold up. He did hold up, but is in there for a strike. Count evens up 2-2. So now the base runners will be going on the swing. If Dillard could just fist one over somebody's head, drop it right into the outfield, they're going to tie this game up. The 2-2 to Dillard. Misses down and away, and now the base runners will have a head start. Benavidez from third, Harris from second, Pitts from first. All off with the pitch. If Dillard can run one up the alley, believe it or not, the Royals could take the lead right here. Clout comes set. The 3-2. Ball 4 just misses down and away. The Royals have walked yet again. And if you're on the coaching staff in the Purcellville dugout, you're yanking your hair out right now. How do you think I got to the point where I have no hair? So the Royals have scored their 5th run of the inning, have yet to get a hit, and we're going to see maybe see our 4th pitch. Yep, we're going to see our 4th pitcher of the inning for the Cannons. So the Royals still have the bases loaded. DeJesus, and here's the bad thing for DeJesus. He's only going to give up 1 run because one of his runners was cut down at the plate. And instead of his run scoring, it's going to be charged to Walker Clout. But we'll check the new pitcher and see who that's going to be. Clout cannot win it. He goes 2/3 of an inning, and he will give way to the bullpen. We'll see who the new pitcher is. Momentarily, the Royals have got to within 6-5. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. New right-handed pitcher for the Purcellville Cannons, Easton Embry from Florida Darlington Tech. Hey, another Colorado boy. He's from Grand Junction, Colorado. Beautiful area up in Grand Junction. If you've never been, heck, do yourself a favor and go to Grand Junction. Ian Kaiser will be the hitter. The Royals have got to within 1 run. Trying to total everything up and keep everything up to date, but this is the 5th pitcher of the inning. I'm sorry, 4th pitcher of the inning for the Cannons. Ian Kaiser a chance to give the Royals the lead. First pitch off the plate for a ball, 1-0. The Royals have scored 5 times here in the inning, have yet to get a base hit. A base hit by Kaiser will give the Royals their first lead of the game. Give Christian Dillard an RBI, force in the 5th run of the game. Embry's 1-0. Swung on and missed. Kaiser had a pretty good hack at a fastball. Comes up empty. Clout does not give up any hits, but he walks 1, 2, 3. The Royals have received 10 walks tonight. 7 of them this inning. The 1-1 to Kaiser. That'll miss outside. 2-1. You can close the book on DeJesus. He goes no innings, 1 run. It's earned. He walks 2. He will not get a decision. Clout goes 2/3 of an inning. He's so far given up 1 run. But the bases are loaded and they're his responsibility. The 2-1 to Kaiser. Misses inside, 3-1. And the Purcellville infielders are losing their minds because they can't get a pitcher out there to throw strikes. And you got to believe the dugout's feeling the same way. You may never see another inning like this your entire life. The 3-1. Ball 4. The Royals have tied it. This Royals team that's 3rd from the bottom in the league in hitting finds so many different ways to score runs. The Royals have scored 6 runs. I only have 5 RBIs. I don't know what that's all about. Fortman got an RBI. Tellison got an RBI. Davis got an RBI. Wild pitch is going to give the Royals the lead. The Royals have taken the lead on one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 runs have scored for the Royals this inning. They have yet to get a hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 walks this inning alone. The 1-0 in there for a strike, 1-1. And I've shorted the Royals an RBI somewhere. So runners on 2nd and 3rd now. The run at 3rd is Clout's responsibility. That's in there for a strike, 1-2. So far Clout has given up. Clout now becomes, all of a sudden becomes the pitcher of record. If the Cannons can't rally, he's the losing pitcher. The 1-2. Line toward left center field. On his horse is McLeod. He's not going to get there. 1 run's going to score. 2 runs are going to score. Brody Connors. Just the 2nd hit of the game for the Royals. He hits it to the fence and 2 runs score. And the Royals have scored 9 in the inning. He got a breaking ball, sat back on it, and drilled it up the left center field alley. You may never see another inning like this again as long as you live. Dillard scores. Kaiser scores. The Royals lead it 9-6 on just 1 hit in the inning, 2 in the game. Slider in there for a strike. 0-1 to Fortman. Fortman is 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch. struck out and walked with the bases loaded. The 0-1 grounded right back up the middle, flag down by Embry. He will underhand toss it to first, and the Cannons leave the field shaking their heads because they cannot believe what just has happened. Fortman will ground out 1-3, 2 in the inning. For the Cannons, for the Royals, 9 runs on 1 hit, 1 error. The Royals will leave 1 on base. Your score after 5 complete is now Winchester 9, Purcellville 6. You listen to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the 6th. The Royals now lead it by the score of 9-6 on one of those innings you could talk about it tomorrow at the work and nobody's going to believe you. Mason Smith will face the middle of the order. 4, 5, 6, Cousette, McLeod, and Bell. First pitch in there. Well, nope, upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Cousette is 1 for 3. He's singled and scored. And after your team gives you 9 runs, the last thing you want to do is start throwing balls. You go out there and throw strikes and get some outs. It's in there for a strike, 1-1. Merrick Beamish and the Cannons had this one in cruise control, up 6-0, going to the bottom of the 5th inning. He couldn't find the strike zone. The 1-1, that's way outside, 2-1. And then neither could anybody else that they brought in from the bullpen. The Cannons in the 5th inning walked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Walked 9 guys. Tapped down the third base line. That's going to be a base hit. Nobody's going to be able to throw him out. Off the end of the bat, down the third base line, Smith tried to field it, but he couldn't field it cleanly, and I don't think it would have mattered. He wasn't going to throw him out anyway. It'll be the second hit of the game for Cousette. Cousette has as many hits tonight as the Royals do, but the Royals lead it 9-6, and Chetneil McLeod will be the hitter. He is 0 for 3s. Reached on an air, flown to right, and grounded out. First pitch misses downstairs. One and 0 the count. Check of the runner at first. Throw to first back in plenty of time is Cousette. 9 runs, 2 hits, 2 errors for the Royals. 6 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors for the Cannons. One very costly error to go with 9 walks. That misses way inside. He tried to overthrow that pitch and missed way inside. And now Smith in danger of running into the same fate that the Cannons did in the bottom of the 5th. All of a sudden can't find the strike zone. He sets the 2-0. Misses inside 3-0. Smith's 3-0. That's in there for a strike, 3-1. McLeod started headed toward first, but I think he was just trying to buy a call because that was certainly strike one. See what Smith does here, 3-1. That'll miss high and away, ball four, and the Cannons will put their first two on in here in the sixth. Andrew Bell singled and scored in the fifth. He's 1 for 1 after coming on for Logan Newcomb. And that might be the end of the line for Mason Smith. I think we said Easton Embry doesn't have a record. Yes, Easton Embry making his fourth appearance. No record. So we're going to step aside. The Royals are going to make a pitching change. Mason Smith's night is over. He could win it if the Royals can hold on. They lead it now 9-6. You're listening to the Winchester Royals. Tyler McLeod, the new pitcher for the Royals, right-hander from Felician University, comes on, runners on first and second and nobody out. The Cannons are squaring to bunt with Bell. McLeod misses off the plate for a ball. McLeod making his fourth appearance on relief, no record, 4.5 earned run average. 6 innings worked, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 are earned. He's walked 4, struck out 9. New Royals pitcher. Fastball in there for a strike as Bell pulled back again on the attempted bunt. The count evens up 1-1 now. Cannon's down 3 now, trying to get a couple into scoring position for the bottom of their order. McLeod trying to keep that from happening, but certainly will take the out any way he can get it. The 1-1 to Bell. In there for a strike, 1-2. Fastball on the inside corner. And let's be honest, we have seen that pitch called a ball tonight on both sides of the ballpark. Now McLeod ahead in the count, needs to go to work and get a real good 1-2 pitch here. And a strikeout would be huge. The 1-2 to Bell. Swung on and missed. He threw a fastball by him. Bell down on strikes after he couldn't get the bunt down. And that'll bring up Michael Turner. And I'm not sure if that's good news for the Royals. Turner's hit the ball on the screws his last 2 times up. He's 2 for 3. Grounded to third in the first. A 2-run triple in the third. And a single in the fifth. He has scored twice. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1. And I don't have all the runs down for the Cannons either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, I'm caught up on the Cannon side of the offense. The 0-1 fouled out of play, 0-2. I've still got to do some homework and figure out where I screwed up on the Royals side. I've only got 7 RBIs for the Royals. They should have 8. The only run that scored was on the, oh no, that's the 7 is right because they had a run score on the wild pitch and a run score on the air. So 7 RBIs is correct. The 0-2 foul toward the Purcellville dugout. If you're not paying attention over there, you're going to get that right in the rib cage. Somehow that got right through the opening and snuck into the dugout. I'm not sure if that hit anybody or not. Doesn't look like anybody's coming out cussing. The 0-2 to Turner. Royals up by 3. Grounded right back up the middle. Fielded by Connors, who steps on the bag and throws to first. 2 in the inning. Connors came all the way across the bag, fielded on the shortstop side, tagged the bag and threw to first. 2 in the inning. So just what the doctor ordered from Tyler McLeod. 2 in the inning. A 4 unassisted 3 double play. Nice play by Connors for the Cannons in the inning. No runs a hit, no errors. They'll leave 1 on base. And your score after 5.5, Winchester 9, Purcellville 6. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. We go to the top of the seventh. I'm sorry, we go to the bottom of the sixth. I can't keep track of where we are. Mass confusion here in the press box. First pitch off the plate for ball 1-0. Easton Embry back to the mound for the Cannons. He'll face 3, 4, 5, Tellefson, Davis, and Benavidez, and he'll miss off the plate for ball 2-0. The Cannons had it in cruise control. We're up 6-0. Starting pitcher was throwing a one-hit shutout. Dribbled down the third base side, 2-1 the count. And then they had 4 pitchers, couldn't find the strike zone. The Royals scored 9 times on 1 hit. And now lead at 9-6 as we play in the bottom of the 6th. Royals got to win the back third of this game, and they're going to pick up an improbable win. Grounded sharply to short. Eno up with it. He will fire on to first in time. Nice play by the Purcellville shortstop Shintaro Eno for out number 1. Brings up Troy Davis. Davis is 0 for 3, but has picked up his team-leading 11th RBI on an RBI groundout in the 5th. Brody Connors stays hot with the stick. He picks up a big 2-out RBI, 2 RBI double in the 5th. To make it a 9-6 game. Davis squares the bunt, fouls it off at the plate. With all the confusion up here, we haven't had a chance to check out of town scores recently. We're not probably going to be able to get to it as we're trying to get caught up. The 0-1, high hopper toward third, up with his Marcella. He will off balance throw to first. It's going to be close at first because the throw wasn't all that strong, but Davis will be thrown out 5-3 for the second out here in the inning. Brady Benavidez, he's 0 for 1. He's walked twice, scored a run. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think there's a guy in the Royals lineup that hasn't walked tonight. And most of them happened in the 5th inning. Dillard and Kaiser both walked twice in the 5th inning. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 swung on and missed. Good off-speed breaking ball by Embry. 0-2, and Embry on the verge of working a 1-2-3 inning and retiring 4 in a row since he walked the first guy he faced and then gave up a 2-run double. The 0-2 fisted toward right field. Coming in is Turner. He's not going to be able to get there. He's going to drop in front of him. And Benavidez will pick up a base hit, and the Royals get their 3rd hit of the game. And fisted single to right field will bring up Cooper Harris. Harris is 0 for 2. He's walked, reached on a fielder's choice, and scored. He's also flown to right. Chance for Cooper to get the Royals going here again with 2 outs. High and tight. That gets away from the catcher, but not far enough for Benavidez to move up. The 1-0 in there for a strike, 1-1 the count. Just the 3rd hit of the game for the Royals. Amazingly enough, but they lead at 9-6 to 1-1. That's line toward right field. Is going to drop for a base hit. Benavidez is going to round second. He's going to stay right there. Turner comes on hard to cut it off and keep Benavidez at second. A couple of 2-out hits for the Royals here in the 6th. The Royals came into the inning with 2 hits on the game. They have 2 hits in this inning. Now if James Pitts can line one up the alley, the Royals are going to reach double figures and increase their lead. Pitts is 0 for 2. He's flown to right, lined to right, walked and scored. He walked and scored in that 5th inning, fouls it out of play, 0-1. Just a check my. Everybody walked in the fifth inning except for Harris and Davis. Harris walked in the fourth. Troy Davis is the only Royal that has not walked tonight. He's 0 for 4. That ball lined into center field for a base hit. Benavidez rounds third. Here comes the throw. The play at the plate is going to be not in time as Gargett couldn't field the throw, and everybody else is going to move up. RBI single for pitch. It's going to be an error on the center fielder. I had a college coach once say it doesn't matter how many hits you get, it's when you get them. And the Royals are proving that here tonight. 3 2-out hits have given the Royals a 10-6 lead. Harris will move up on the E8. Harris is now at third. Pitch moves up on the throw also. The 1-0 to Christian Dillard. A high hopper to second. Up with it is Bell. He will fire on to first to retire the side. But the Royals have found the offense. And it doesn't really matter how you do it in the inning. The Royals get 1 run on 3 hits, all with 2 outs, 1 error, and the Royals will leave 2 on base. Your score after 10 complete: Winchester 10, Purcellville 6. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. We go to the 7th, back to the mound for the Royals. Tyler McLeod, who got out of the inning last inning with a strikeout and a ground ball double play, will face 8-9-1. Gargett, Acevedo, and Eno to hit here for the Cannons, who now find themselves down 10-6 after leading this one 6-0. That ball rocketed toward right center field. On his horse is Kaiser, and he's going to make a running catch in right center field. Kaiser tracks it down to take extra bases away from Gargett. Off the bat, I thought that was up the alley and extra bases, but Kaiser tracks it down for out number 1 here. A big catch for the right fielder from Binghamton, and that'll bring up Ethan Acevedo. Acevedo 2 for 3. He's got 2 singles. He's been thrown out stealing, and he's also struck out. Has 2 of the 11 hits for the Cannons. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Nice running catch by Kaiser to keep the leadoff hitter off the bases. Breaking ball off the plate. 1-1 the count. Trying to, whoa. Life's just one dead battery after another, isn't it? I'd say there's a hole somewhere there to plug that in. That'll miss outside. 2-1 the count. Again, Front Royal won the Strasburg won the suspended game over in Front Royal 12-11 in 10 innings. The 2-1 fouled into the screen, 2-2 the count. Still owe you some numbers from Mason Smith. I can tell you he gave up 2 runs and they're both earned. The wind, the 2-2. That'll miss way outside, 3-2. Smith pitched 2+ innings. He did not get an out in the 6th. Payoff pitch. Fouled out of play. We'll do it again. 3-2. Smith stands to be the winner if the Royals can hold on. He gave up 4 hits. Oh, he must have given up more than that because... Oh, he gave up a hit in the 6th. I had 2 walks, yes. Strike 3 called. Ethan Acevedo down on strikes. He thought it was outside, but he is out number 2 here in the 7th. First pitch to Shintaro Inu, He started off like a house on fire this game. Fly down the screen, 1-1. He walked his first 2 times up, reached on an error in the 3rd, stole a base each of the 3 times and struck out and was thrown out catcher to first. In the 5th, he's 0 for 2 with a couple of walks and a run scored. The 1-1 fouled in the screen. We'll do 1-2 now to Eno. His 21st and league-leading stolen base of the season. And he's gotten a handful of them here at Bridgeport. 3 tonight. I think he had 2 or 3 the first time they were here. The 1-2. Line toward left center field on his horse is Davis. He's not going to get there. He'll fill it on a hop. Inu's going to cruise into second. It'll be a 2-out stand-up double. It just didn't stay up in the air long enough for Davis to catch up to it. The wind held it up a little bit, but not enough for Troy. It'll be the 12th hit of the game for the Cannons, and I gave the Cannons 3 hits in the 5th. They had 4 hits. So Smith gave up 5 hits. He only walked 1. That'll bring up Thomas Marcella. Marcella 1 for 3. He's reached on a walk, RBI single. Chance to pick up his 2nd RBI of the game and get the Cannons a little bit closer. That's fouled out of play and will land over by the batting cages. 0-1 the count on Marcella, the Purcellville 3rd baseman. Inu's at 2nd. He got there with a 2-out double. See if Inu has any ideas of stealing 3rd. The 0-1. That'll miss inside. Count evens 1-1. Everybody with the gold tops on thought it was strike 2. They do not get the call. Count evens up 1-1. Check of the runner at 2nd, the 1-1. Grounded toward first, but foul. So that'll wind up just past the Purcellville dugout. 1-2 the count on Thomas Marcella. Royals lead at 10-6. They scored 9 runs on 1 hit in the 5th inning, thanks to 9 Purcellville walks. A 1-2. That'll miss high and away. 2-2 as McLeod threw himself out of his hat. 10 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Royals. 6 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors for the Cannons. Cannons have made 3 errors. Just one was costly, but it was very costly. The 2-2. Line toward left center field coming on is Dillard. He's going to make a throw to the plate. It's going to be cut off. And the Royals got the base runner hung up between first and second. And the Benavidez is going to tag him out. So the run's going to score. Give Marcella an RBI single. The throw to the plate was cut off by Benavidez. And he chased the runner down and tagged Marcella trying to get to second. So give Marcella a base hit. Give him an RBI. Inu will score to make it 10-7. But Marcella will be thrown out 7-5, going to second base. You won't see that very often. As Benavidez got him hung up between the bases and then chased him down and tagged him out before he got to second. So for the Cannons in the inning, a run, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. Your score after 6.5 is now Winchester 10, Purcellville 7. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Kaiser will lead off the Royals 7th. He'll take a fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. Kaiser, for the longest time, had the only hit for the Royals. A infield single back in the second. He's 1 for 1. He walked twice in the 5th and scored both times. Also picked up an RBI on one of those walks, and he's quickly behind the count now, 0-2. Easton Embry, Colorado boy, still on the mound for the Purcellville Cannons. From one of the most beautiful places you'll ever see in your life. Well, Colorado in general, but he is from Grand Junction, Colorado, which is where, by the way, the Junior College World Series is every year. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Kaiser down on strikes. First out here in the 7th. That'll bring up Brody Connors, a big 2-out, 2-run double in the 5th. Gave the Royals a 9-6 lead at the time. They have since scored one. We can close the book on Walker Clout. He stands to be the loser if the Cannons cannot rally. The first pitch misses downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Connors on the game. 1 for 3. He's reached on an error, walked and scored, doubled and drove in 2. He's been hot lately. He had 4 hits last night in Woodstock. A big hit here and a couple of RBIs tonight. The 1-0 to Connors. That ball's lined into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Connors, second hit tonight, 6th hit, in the last 2 nights. What was that Jerry Reed song, When You're Hot, You're Hot? That'll bring up Zach Fortman. Fortman's 0 for 2, but he's been hit by a pitch and a bases-loaded walk. He's driven in a run. He's also struck out and tapped back to the pitcher. He grounded out to the pitcher to end that 5th inning where the Royals picked up 9 runs. First pitch to Zach. He's also been swinging the bat lately well as he hit a home run down in Newmarket last night. I believe he had a couple hits Newmarket 2 nights ago. And I believe he homered in Newmarket 2 nights ago and had a couple hits last night is what I'm trying to say. The 1-0 to Fortman. Swung on and missed. He pulled the string on an off-speed breaking ball. Count evens up 1-1. One out, runner at first. See if the Royals have any thoughts about putting Connors in motion and getting a runner in scoring position for the middle of the order. The 1-1 slider in there for a strike, 1-2. I think Zach thought it was downstairs, if not downstairs and inside. Just the sixth hit of the game for the Royals. 5 of them come in the last 3 innings. The 1-2. Fortman taps it down the third base line. It'll go foul. Probably a good thing for Purcellville because I'm not sure if Marcelo was going to throw him out there or not. And Marcelo would check it out of play. But he'll stop and pick up the bat and hand it to Zach. I guess Fortman decided that we couldn't use that baseball, and now Embry wants a new baseball. The umpire, I don't think, realized that Marcelo threw it out of play. Now we've got one to play with. Ball and 2 strikes on Zach Fortman. Embry's 1-2. That'll miss high and in, 2-2. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Got him with that off-speed breaking ball. Fortman's down on strikes. Bring up Cam Tellefson. Cam is 0 for 3. Flew to right, struck out looking. He's also grounded out. He walked with the bases loaded in the 5th. He has an RBI and a run scored. At that time was his 10th RBI of the season, which tied Troy Davis for the team lead. He has since fallen behind as the next at-bat. Davis got an RBI ground out to take the lead right back over with 11. 0-1 the count on Tellefson. Fastball misses upstairs, 1-1. Got to go back and try to figure out earned runs for the Cannons. The 1-1. Drops it in there for a strike, 1-2. I think all 9 runs were earned, though there was an error in the inning, but with all the walks, I think those guys all move up and score anyway, regardless of the error. The 1-2 to Tellefson. Cue balled it foul toward the Purcellville dugout. We'll do it again, 1-2, trying to total up some numbers for Walker Clout for you. I don't think Clout gave up any hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clout did not give up any hits. The 1-2 misses outside, 2-2. Delayed steal. Connors off for second. He caught the Cannons napping. Gargett tried to throw him out from his knees, and fortunately for Purcellville, it wasn't a very strong throw because Bell was late getting to the bag, and a good throw probably would have gotten to center field. So give Connors a stolen base, and now the Royals have a runner in scoring position with a chance to add on to a 3-run lead here. The 2-2. Ball's hammered deep to left. Going back is McLeod. He's going to give it a look, and it's going to be a one-hopper over the fence. McLeod gave up on it. He thought it was gone, but again, the wind blowing in just a little bit from left. It one hopped off the track and skipped over the fence. I don't know if McLeod would have got there anyway, but he gave up on it, thought it was over the fence, and then chased it down. It's going to go as an RBI double. Unfortunately for the Royals, Connors stole second, otherwise he's got to stop at third. And Tellison put a charge in that one, and any other night here at Bridgeport, that's a home run, but the wind blowing in just enough to hold it up makes it 11-7. And Troy Davis comes on now. That's the 11th RBI of the season for Tellefson, and he's now again tied with Davis for the team lead. Troy swings and misses. Troy's 0 for 4. He has an RBI ground out. Base hit here, and he retakes the lead. The 0-1 fouled out of play, 0-2. Cam got a pitch he was looking for, and he got all of it. And again, the wind's not blowing in just a little bit from left. It's 12-7 because he put a charge into that baseball. Might be flat on one side by now. The 0-2 to Davis. Swung on and missed, and Davis down on strikes. So Embry strikes out the side, but in between, the Royals get a one-out base hit, and then a two-out double, ground rule double to score a run. The Royals a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. Your score after 7 complete is now Winchester 11, Purcellville 7. You're listening to the Winchester Royals Valley Baseball League action. Defensive changes for the Royals. Brody Connors moves from second base to third, and the newest Winchester Royals will take over at second base. Number 3, Carl Keenan. Keenan, a Hornet from Shenandoah, plays his baseball right here. Also has a very popular dad who checks my eyes and makes sure my eyeglasses work correctly. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Fouled out of play, 0-2. Tyler McLeod still on the mound for the Royals. He's going to face the middle of the order, 3, 4, and 5, eBay, Cousett, and McLeod. Royals lead it 11-7. They've been out hit 13-7, but 9 walks in the 5th inning put together a 9-run inning for the Royals. The 0-2, that's fisted toward left, but right at the Royals shortstop, Zach Fortman, who looked like he got fooled on a little bit of a knuckleball, but was able to stick with it and make the catch for the first out in the inning. That'll bring up Vincenzo Cousett, who is 2 for 4. Popped the second. He's grounded to first. He's also singled in the third and the 6th. Scored a run in the third. First pitch downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Keenan had himself a rather nice season with the Hornets. I believe he was second team all regional in there for a strike, 1-1. It is final in Culpeper rather. Culpeper defeats Harrisonburg 7-3. Swung on and missed, 1-2. Front Royal leads Strasburg in the regularly scheduled game 11-7. They're in the top of the seventh. Covington has beat Waynesboro 3-0. And Stanton trails 7-6 at home to Charlottesville. That ball rifled toward right field. Kaiser's not going to catch up to that one. That's going to one hop over the fence. Cousette put a charge in that one, and Kaiser unable to catch up to that one. It bounces off the warning track and skips over the fence for his third hit of the game. And the Cannons will have a runner in scoring position now with one out. So the top two teams in the Southern Division, one is already lost and one is losing. And it's happening to the two worst teams in the Southern Division, Covington and Charlottesville. Still plenty of time for Stanton to come back. It's top of the seventh. They trail 7-6. Let me refresh that and see if there might be some changes, and there are some changes. Let me update those scores again. Those are out-of-date scores. McLeod, the hitter, he'll take a pitch off the plate for ball 1-0. McLeod is 0 for 3. He's reached on an error. He's walked. He was erased in the sixth inning on a 4-3 double play to end the inning. And that ball, and the McLeod took a big hack trying to hit one out of the ballpark, and I'm telling you, it's going to take a big boy hack to get one out to left field tonight because that wind is coming in. And if Tellison's didn't get out of here, if you hit one out to left, it's going to be a very nice hit. The 1-1 to McLeod, fouled into the screen, 1-2. So McLeod had to go back to the dugout to get some pine tar for his bat. Now he's back in the box ready to go. 1-2 the count with one out. Runner at second base. 14th hit of the game for the Cannons, standing down at second. The 1-2 swung on and missed. He threw a fastball by him. And after that hack he took for strike one, the Royals are giving it to Jitneil McLeod. I'm sure he'll tuck that into his memory banks, and he'll remember that for the next time these two teams get together. If not later in this one, although we are in the top of the eighth. Andrew Bell, the hitter now. He came on to relieve Logan Newcomb at second base. Bell is 1 for 2. He singled and scored. He's also struck out. Takes one high and tight, 1-0. Cannons led this one 6-0. Starting pitcher Merrick Beamish was throwing a one-hit shutout through 4 innings, and it all collapsed on him. The 1-0 swung on and missed, 1-1. A 9-run inning by the Royals in the fifth, where they received 9 walks and 1 hit. Lifted them to a 9-6 lead. They have since added a couple, now lead it 11-7 as we play here in the top of the eighth. The 1-1 to Bell. Fouled out of play. Well, fouled into the screen. 1-2 the count, as that'll bounce right back to the home plate umpire. And Turner's going to go say, "Excuse me, Mr. Umpire, it's right here behind you." One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 1-2. That ball's lifted. He hit it hard, but hit it well in the air. The wind playing with it, but Davis is going to be able to stick with it and make the catch in center field. Bell hit it a ton, but it went straight up and went out to center field for the third out of the inning. No runs a hit, no errors, a runner left. Your score after 7.5. Winchester 11, Purcellville 7. You're listening to the Winchester Royals and Valley Baseball League action. So Carl Keenan will lead off the inning. He came up to play second base last inning for the heel hit for Benavides, who finishes the night 1 for 2 with 2 walks and a couple of runs scored. Keenan making his first appearance for the Royals. Left-handed hitting second baseman. 0-1 the count. We do have a new pitcher for Purcellville. He'll line that down the right field line. And Carl Keenan, welcome to the Winchester Royals. He'll round first. He's going to test the arm. He's going to slide in safely at second base. So Carl Keenan, his first game as a Royal, and he lines one right down the right field line. His first hit as a Royal. And he'll be there now with nobody out for Cooper Harris. Harris is 1 for 3. Reached on a fielder's choice, scored. He's also singled and was stranded trying to get you the new pitcher for the Cannons, Aaron Vantiley. It's a new pitcher for Purcellville. First pitch to Harris. Fouled off the catcher, fouled off the umpire's mask, and they're going to take a look at him and make sure he's okay. That might have missed his mask and got him right on the head, as he is not wearing a helmet. He just got that floppy hat that they wear, and yeah, they're gonna try to get him some water and get a trainer to come out and take a look at him and make sure he's okay, because he took that square off the dome, and that don't feel good. Quickly get you caught up on the new pitcher for the Cannons, Aaron Vantiley, making his 4th appearance for the Cannons. He has started one game. He is 0-1 with a 7.56 earned run average. Of course, the first hitter he faced lined a double right down the third or first base line. And Thule worked 8 in the third innings. He's allowed 13 hits, 9 runs, 7 are earned. He's walked 8, struck out 8. The league is hitting .361 against the new Purcellville pitcher. And it looks like Mr. Umpire is going to be okay. And he's going to say, all right, let's go back to work. So he will stay in there after getting a sip of water. He'll try to clear the cobwebs out and go back to work. It's 0-1 on Harris with nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. Runner at second for the Royals as they try to add on to an 11-7 lead here. The 0-1, Harris squares to bunt, takes a breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-2. I think he thought the breaking ball was going to miss, pulled the bat back, and it dropped right in there for strike 2. So the bunt probably off now for Harris as he'll try to pick up Keenan from second, the 0-2. Swung on and missed. Good breaking ball there. Harris swings over the top of it, and he's down on strikes for out number 1 here in the 8th. James Pitts, he's 1 for 3. Walked and scored in the 5th. Single in the 6th. Has an RBI. His RBI was a RBI single in the 6th to drive in Benavidez that gave the Royals for the Royals 11th run of the game. Nothing and 1 the count on Pitts. Slider in there for a strike, 0-2. A couple good sliders there from the Purcellville pitcher. I forgot to score Connors in the 7th, giving the Royals their 11th run. The 0-2, nobody covering second, and Keenan will scramble back. I'm still a run short somewhere. Oh, that's where. Foul tipped at the plate. We'll do it again, 0-2. Benavidez scored twice before he was lifted. So Benavidez finishes the night 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. The 0-2. Pitts will cue ball it toward the Purcellville dugout. The count holds 0-2. The 0-2 to Pitts. Swung and missed. He chased a pitch down and away. Was completely fooled on a breaking ball. And that's 2 outs in the inning. And after the leadoff double to Keenan, Van Tiley has struck out the next 2 hitters, and he'll bring up Christian Dillard. Dillard 0 for 2. He's walked twice, scored twice, drove in one of the bases loaded walk in the 5th. He walked twice in the 5th and scored both times. First pitch will not be made as a lollipop throw to second, keeping Keenan close there. And I'm a hit short for the Royals somewhere. I've got all the RBIs and all the runs. I'm just a hit short. We'll check that out between innings. First pitch to Dillard, down and away, 1-0. The 1-0. Fouled off at the plate to the backstop. 1-1 the count. Oh, there it is. I didn't give Harris his hit in the 6th. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, I think I'm all caught up. Now we just got to get Grego caught up over there. Did I mention it was mass confusion night at the ballpark? The 1-1 misses down and away, and Dillard able to lay off that, unlike the last two hitters that swung and missed. So 2-1 the count now to the Royals left fielder Christian Dillard, looking for his first hit of the game. Royals have been out hit 14-8, but as we have learned so often this season, that makes no difference to the Royals. The 2-1. Grounded toward first. eBay up with it. He'll run over and tag the bag. 2, retire the side. The Royals get a leadoff double. Can't move him around. No runs to hit, no errors, 1 left. Your score after 8 complete. Winchester 11, Purcellville 7. We go to the 9th. Last chance for Purcellville. You're listening to the Winchester Royals in Valley Baseball League action. Tyler Oaks will be the new Royals pitcher. Not a safe situation, but Oaks has been the Royals closer per se so far this year. McLeod will go 2 2/3. I'm sorry, he'll go 3 innings. McLeod goes 3 full innings. I'll give you Oaks' numbers in a minute. Oaks will face the bottom of the order 7, 8, 9 for the Cannons. Michael Turner leads it off, and Turner's hit a couple of balls hard tonight. He's 2 for 4 with a 2-run triple, a single. He has scored twice. He's quickly behind in the count now, 0-2. Oaks got the save last night in Woodstock. Slider bounce all the way to the backstop. Not a save situation here with a 4-run lead. Oaks making his 7th appearance all in relief. A 1.64 earned run average, no record, 3 saves rather. The 1-2 swung on and missed, and Turner down on strikes for out number 1. Oaks has worked 11 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs. They're both earned. 3 walks, 18 strikeouts in 11 innings. League hitting 184 against Tyler Oaks, the new Royals pitcher. And again, not a safe situation, so he will not qualify for a save here. But trying to close it out for Mason Smith, who's looking for his first Valley League win. Ryan Gargett, the hitter, takes a slider in there for a strike. 0-1. Gargett has tested Ian Kaiser all night long. He's flown out to right twice. He's hit a sacrifice fly to right. He's also doubled and driven in a run to right center field. He'll take that high and in. It'll go all the way to the backstop. 1-1. It kicks off the backstop and rolls onto the field of play, and nobody seems to want to go get it. Oaks says, I'll get it. I threw it. I might as well go get it. He wants a new baseball, and he'll throw that one toward the dugout. 1-1 the count. And that's another thing I never understood. If I got a baseball that I got scuffed up, I'm not giving it up. It's one thing if they take it away from me, but I'm not voluntarily giving it up. No way. The 1-1. That ball's lifted toward right center, or left center field rather, but Davis is going to range over and make the catch. The wind held that one up. Gargett hit it a little bit better than it sounded, or sounded a little bit better than it wound up being for out number 2 here in the 9th. And the Royals, an out away from their second and come from behind win in as many nights, and their first victory over Purcellville this summer. Cannons down to their last hope. Ethan Acevedo, he's 2 for 4. He singled his first 2 times up. He has struck out his last 2 times. Swung on and missed. Nothing and 1 the count on Acevedo. Ethan reaches back to the top of the order for the Cannons, but Oaks trying to get rid of that thought. Slider misses down and away. 1-1. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Just misses outside. 2-2. Tried to get him with an outside fastball to end the game, but Acevedo takes it for a ball. Oaks trying to close it out. The 2-2. Grounded towards second. Keenan up with it. His first chance as a Royal. Throws on to first. To retire the side. And in the ball game for the Cannons in the 9th. 1-2-3 and out. Nothing doing. Your final score, Winchester 11, Purcellville 7. For the Royals, 11 runs on 8 hits. They commit 2 errors. The Cannons 7 runs on 14 hits. They commit 3 errors. The winning pitcher, Mason Smith, moves to 1-0 on the season. Losing pitcher, Walker Cloud, he'll drop to 0-1. Smith goes 2 innings, allows 2 runs. They're both earned. 5 hits, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Again, he is 1-0 on the season. Clout, 2/3 of an inning, 4 runs. They're all earned. 3 walks. And again, his first loss. He's now 0-1. The Royals even their record at 8-8 on the year. Their first win over Purcellville. The Cannons dropped to 10-6. They have now lost 4 straight after their 9-game winning streak. The Cannons got things off and running in the first inning with a run. They scored 3 in the 3rd and then 2 in the 5th to go up 6-0 before the Royals, with a lot of help from Purcellville pitching, scored 9 times in the 5th inning. 9 runs on just 1 hit. They were walked 9 times in the inning. Took a 9-6 lead. They added a run in the 6th, went up 10-6. They each scored a run in the 7th, 11-7, and that was your final. The Royals win it 11-7. Purcellville hitting. They get 14 hits. 3 of them come from their designated hitter, Vincenzo Cuset. 3 hits. He had a double, 2 singles, and a run scored. Other multiple hit guys for the Cannons, Michael Turner, 2 hits, a triple, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored to go with a single, and Ethan Acevedo had 2 hits. He finished the night 2 for 5. RBIs for the Cannons, 2 for Thomas Marcella, 2 for Turner, and 2 for Ryan Gargett. Gargett finished the night 1 for 4 with a couple of RBIs and a double. Michael Turner scored twice for the Cannons also. So did Shintaro Inu, who also had 3 stolen bases to move his league-leading total to 21 on the season. For the Royals, well, they've only got 8 hits, but they made the most of them. Brody Connors continues his hot pace as he picks up 2 more hits to go with his 4 last night. He's 2 for 4 rather. 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. He's the only Royal with multiple hits. Cam Tellefson drove in 2, had a double. He also walked with the bases loaded. Christian Dillard and Ian Kaiser both scored twice for the Royals. And again, the Royals out-hit 14-8, but score 11 runs to knock off the first place Purcellville Cannons 11-7. Gain a game on the Cannons, and they will be right back home tomorrow night to take on the Front Royal Cardinals. 6:45 on the air for you. The game at 7 o'clock. This Purcellville team, they will return home, and they will be facing the Newmarket Rebels in what becomes a very big battle now between the top 2 teams in the Northern Division. As at last check, Newmarket was ahead 6-5 in the top of the 8th over Woodstock. And Newmarket is now ahead 8-5 in the bottom of the 8th, so they're 3 outs away from gaining a game on Purcellville. So a big game between the Cannons and the Newmarket Rebels tomorrow in Purcellville, between the first and second place in the Northern Division. Again, the Royals win this one 11-7, winning pitcher Mason Smith 1-0 on the year. And Tyler Oakes comes on to close it out. He does not get a save, but retires all 3 hitters he faced in the 9th. That'll do it from the ballpark. Mark Sawyer for the 2026 Winchester Royals saying good night. Don't forget, before you go to bed tonight, call your parents, tell them you love them. And we will talk to you tomorrow night when the Front Royal Cardinals come to town. And last look, the Cardinals were leading Strasburg 13-8. So the Royals chance to take on the Front Royal Cardinals, looking for another win against Front Royal. They already lead the season series 2-0. That'll do it. Good night, everybody.